Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today on Customer States What, we're going to be going through what does a stuck caliper pin cause? What kind of damage does that cause? I wonder what it could. Now let's get into this. We're going to be looking at a few pairs of brake pads and we're going to examine the damage that has been brought upon them. First set of brake pads are these guys right here. Now, this vehicle had not one but two stuck caliper pins, one on the left side and one on the right side. Now, what did that cause? Well, this right here is the inner pad on the right side, and here is the outer pad on the outside. You could see the abnormal wear that has been happening on the passenger side. Now, the driver's side, here's our inner pad. Piston marks, piston mark. That's a fat pad. You look at this one. Whoa, great googly moogly. There's barely any pad material left on this pad. So what was happening here is the caliper pin, one was getting stuck, and it wasn't allowing the pads to be released. And what happened, since there was so much rust on the rotor and debris on the rotor and pad material, it was wearing them really abnormally. And you can see here, based on the striations here and here, that there was a lot of corrosion on the inside of the rotor. On this side, same thing. Look at those striations. We have a big striation right there, and we have a big striation right here. This is going to be the outer rim of the rotor, and that's going to be the inner rim of the rotor. So this is what caused that stuck caliper pin. Or excuse me, this is what the stuck caliper pin caused. It caused crazy abnormal wear. And you can see that the bottom of this pad is a little thicker than the top side. So we had a number of different abnormal wears here. We had abnormal wear caused by the rotor, and we had abnormal wear caused by the caliper pin. Very good. Now let's move on to the next pair. Alright guys, next set. Here we have a set of rear brake pads. And as we could see, there's not that much abnormal wear happening with the pad material. At least it has the same amount per side. Now, let's take a closer look. Now, you see those striations? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 main grooves in this pad. And in this pad, oh yeah, this is the inner side. We have the piston mark right here. And if you look, you could see those grooves and those striations. Let's go to the other side. We have an outer pad right here. Whoa, look at that. You could tell we got 1, 2, I'm not even going to count them, striations everywhere. And this is the inner pad, as we could see. Piston mark right here. Striations here and striations here. Now, even though there's plenty of pad material here, they were getting a crazy noise. And what was that noise? Well, that was a bunch of corrosion on the rotors. And we could see it was evident on the top side of the rotor and on the bottom side of the rotor. Now let's go to the next set. Alright guys, here's the next set. Boom. We got an outer pad, inner pad, inner pad, outer pad. Now, what was the failure here? Actually, we have some minor abnormal wear, nothing too bad here. This side, well, they're looking about the same per side. Let's get an accurate measurement here. Now here's our special tool. We got 2mm, 3mm. Let's see, it's less than 3mm, but it's a little more than 2mm. Let's go to this side. Yep, that's more. It's less than 3mm. That's a 2mm pad right there. This guy, yep, that's 3mm. And this guy right here, that's 3mm as well. Now, the failure here was absolutely nothing. They were due for brakes. We usually recommend brakes between 3 and 5mm, depending on the condition of the pads and depending on the condition of the rotors. And in this time, 2mm, they were due. Now let's go to the final set. Alright guys, here's the final set. Got stuck to my glove. Boom. So now here we have an outer one. Here we have an innie. Oh no, these are the two innies. These are the two outies. Oh, outer pads, outie. Now, as we can see, we have minimal abnormal wear there. They're pretty much the same length, or excuse me, the pad material is about the same measurement. You know what? Let's get a measurement. Let's get an accurate measurement here. We got roughly 3 millimeter on this side and just a C hair over 3 millimeter on that side. This one here, well, just about 3 millimeter, and this guy right here is 3 millimeter as well. The failure here, well, the wear sensor tripped. Look at those wires. That's a broken wire right there. And the wear sensor, the brake pad wear sensor, did its job. It alerted the customer when they needed brakes, and guess what? They came in and got their brakes. Very good. Very good, ladies and gentlemen. We went over what a stuck caliper pin does to your brake pads. We went over what corrosion does to your brake pads. We also went over why the brake pad warning light comes on and how it's tripped when the wear hits the sensor. Very good, ladies and gentlemen. This is our brake measuring device. We got a 2 millimeter, a 3 millimeter, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, and 12 millimeters. If you're in the green, you're good to go. If you're in the red, well, you better hope the light's green because you ain't stopping. If you guys don't know what to do yet, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification for further content.